Hello everyone, this is kind of like a part 2 of the Pinkston power station video, as it covers partially the same area as the power plant, but this is about the tower blocks which coexisted with the power station for about 10 years. In the late 50s and early 60s, Crudens Ltd were hired to design 10 new tower blocks. 5 were next to the Pinkston power station, which now only powered the subway system as the trams had recently been discontinued in 1962, and worse than a coal power plant. The other 5 were built next to the St Rollock's chemical plant, where they buried toxic waste. The towers were designed to be built in 2 areas on the Sighthill grounds, Pinkston and Fountain Well. There were to be 5 blocks in each of the 2 estates, all identical to the others. Sighthill's 10 tower blocks started their construction in 1964 and were complete by 1969. Pinkston Power Station, unlike what I said in the episode dedicated to it, was actually still in use until 1975, not the mid-60s like I said in the last episode, and the cooling tower was actually demolished in 1977. The remainder of it was imploded the following year. Many of the first residents in Sighthill, and many other tower blocks for that matter, were from slum tenements. A flat looked like a mansion to them, so it was no surprise that Sighthill's residents initially enjoyed living there. The 20-storey tower blocks had 228 flats in each building, and there were 10 buildings, along with the smaller flats built around both parts of the estate. The flats weren't popular for very long, however. In the mid-70s, a lot of people searched for a better place to live. As a result, the buildings had a lot of uninhabited space. Sighthill didn't gain its popularity again until the 1990s, when it, along with the Red Road flats, were chosen to house a large number of asylum seekers, but in the end, it wouldn't last for very long. GHA took over the flats in 2005 and debated what to do with them. In the end, 2 of the buildings on the Fountain Well estate were to be demolished, and the future of the rest were undecided. After weeks of preparation, Eagle Heights and Barony Heights were demolished on the night of the 13th of July 2008. They had to blow the buildings up at night because they were next to a vital railway line. If they demolished them at night, they'd have time to clean up any rubble on the railway tracks in time for the early morning trains. In 2009, 7 of the buildings were still there, 3 at Fountain Well and 5 at Pinkston, but this wasn't to last. They decided to demolish the entire Fountain Well estate and decided what to do with the Pinkston ones later. On the 29th of November 2009, all 3 remaining blocks at Fountain Well, Tennant Heights, Phoenix Heights and St Rollock's Heights, were demolished in the second nighttime implosion for the exact same reason as the last one. Now, only the Pinkston estate was still around, and the demolition companies kept their eyes open for any potential contracts at the Pinkston estate. The future of the Pinkston estate was debated, but after a campaign from residents, 2 of the buildings were to be refurbished, with the other 3 demolished or sold off to private developers who could do whatever they wanted with the buildings. In the end, however, nobody purchased the flats, so they were destroyed with long-reach excavators. First, Parson Heights went in 2013 in June, followed by Huntington Heights in September to October of 2013. Pinkston Heights was the next to go. It was the last of the 3 to be demolished when it went in April of 2014. Before anything could happen to the remaining 2 buildings, Crawford Heights and Hartfield Heights, Glasgow bid for the 2018 Youth Olympics, but the Athletes' Village had to be completely ready for the Olympics, so they decided to get rid of the last 2 Sighthill flats. Unfortunately, Glasgow lost the bid, but they continued to make plans to tear down the towers. In March 2016, work started on the demolition of Crawford Heights. In June, it was gone. So they began work on the very last block, Hartfield Heights, in July. By October 2016, Hartfield Heights was gone too, and the entire Sighthill area was empty. The plans for regeneration include the construction of new low-rise homes on the site and the Pinkston Bridge to get from Sighthill to the city centre quickly. As of now, the bridge has been complete. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.